baby, it's officially football time. This is the KeyBank Pregame Show, getting you ready for all things scarlet and gray.
Leonard sails that middle of the field where it's caught by Greathouse. He's tackled at the 40. Tackled by Jordan Hancock and Ohio State. National champion.
Here's DeVier, Posey, Dane, Sanzenbacher, and Matty Ice.
Buckeye Nation, good morning. Welcome back in to the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show. Week 2 has arrived. I'm Matty Ice. Got my gang with me today, Dane Sanzenbacher, DeVier Posey, 2 former Buckeye wide receivers. Jacob Reimer on the board doing his thing. Fellas, good morning. How we feeling?
Listen, we've been doing this show in a short amount of time, and we've had some pregame shows before some big games. I'm talking national championships. Texas twice. Guys, I'm excited. Like, probably not as much as excited as Texas, but I feel excitement today.
Okay.
Are you trolling? What are you doing? Are you being serious?
Am I being serious?
I thought that was a tee up to like a joke, but now I can't tell.
I mean, somebody has to bring the energy, man. I mean, we're playing Grambling. All right. Like, get hype. You haven't said a joke yet. You haven't talked to me since we got in the studio. I'm trying to wake you up.
I don't know if you were being serious right there. You teed it up with like setting it up against those.
Right, I'm like.
And then I thought the plane was going to land with like,
it would be
but this isn't one of them, but you just kept it up there.
Let me ask you, how serious would you be before this game? What would be your
The question
intentions?
is, like, what is your leg wristband level for a game like this? Are you even wearing socks?
This game, you know what I'm probably doing this game because I know Coach T probably doesn't care. I'm going to try and sneak something that's
You're
like
going to wear the wrong color cleats. You're going to try to wear white.
Yeah. I'm gonna do an alternate of our color because we were only allowed to wear black cleats. So I would have did an alternate.
Maybe
so
Sharpie the Nike check like green or something.
I probably would have put a slit in my eyebrow or something.
Roll out there with the Band-Aid under your eye like Nelly back in the day. Something like that, like all that type of stuff. Because, I mean, I've been curious about that all week. Just like,
what if Tress came to you, had a slit in your eyebrow? DeVier, no, what is this? What was this?
I'm
how we
ready
act?
to play. I'm hyping myself for grandpa. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go.
It's got to be that way because I couldn't wait to ask you guys this week. Like, we've heard all the cliches all week from Ohio State side of things, right? Like respecting your opponent, blah, 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 like all those things. But like, what are you guys really talking about when there's an opponent on the schedule like a Grambling, especially you two that are starters and impactful players? Is it like, hey, we coming out of halftime, we don't want to be playing anymore? What's the mentality for you guys in a game like this?
Totally honest. I'm trying to get more touchdowns than Dane in this game before I get out in the third quarter.
That's how he thinks.
I remember one game
I'm glad you're letting people in on what I had to deal with.
Here we go. We played one game, and it was Dane had 4 touchdowns. He set Ohio State record. And I was like, all right, Tress,
who's the opponent real quick, Dane? You remember?
Eastern Michigan.
We scored 73 points. And I was like, all right, I could get one of these, bro. Like, I can have – we ran the same play 4 times. And I was like, hey, Dane, switch. Dane was like, huh?
What'd you say? It's too loud in here. I can't hear you. Just stay.
I said, Dane, switch. He said, no, stay. Just stay. Nah, but seriously, you're trying to – these are ones for Jeremiah, in all seriousness, obviously Peoples. You want them to find their confidence in these type of games. Julian's saying maybe he makes some riskier throws in a game like this, but you put stuff on film, Matty, that you can look back to and say, hey, we won a big game. We won it however we had to win it. Now we can let a little bit of our skill players showcase.
I'm looking at a headline right here from September 25th. 2010 from the Toledo Blade. Saturday, the former Central Catholic standout and now senior wide receiver for the Buckeyes tied a school record by catching 4 touchdowns as number 2 ranked Ohio State blasted Eastern Michigan 73-20. You were cooking, Dane.
So what? Him and JSN have that record.
I think it's still 4. I don't think anybody's done 5. Might have done 4. Might have been against Sam.
Did Jackson Smith and Jigga have 4 in Utah or 3?
In that Rose Bowl?
He left a touchdown out there.
Maybe.
But so you
if
still hold that record, Dane?
I don't.
Let's go.
Let's go, Dave.
I haven't.
Hey, I thought that day was special. I'm happy to be a part of it because that's our record. I didn't catch it.
I'm telling you, Dave, one day DeVier was in here filling in for AR. and he was pulling up highlights, and he was like, Matty, Dane was for real. Like, just showing me how you were getting down, man. So we got to give you your flowers this morning and hop in the hot tub time machine and go back and realize how good both you guys were, man, because that's what I enjoy. It's cool working with you guys, and you guys are a part of history, and yeah, man, it's awesome doing this.
My hype, man.
No, I have to hype you up because sometimes you forget who you are. You are Dane.
I find it more useful.
Sanzenbacher.
It's more useful to forget. It doesn't do you any good at a certain point. After 15 years, it serves you better to forget. But no, I don't think we had. This was a different. I think the way college football has changed amplifies how weird this game is.
Yeah.
Like, it was different in a time when, in the mid-2000s, this was just part of college football. Yeah, you were going to say the things, hey, we want to get better. You respect your opponent. They got this, that. It was assumed that, like, there wasn't, like, the point spread wasn't, like, blasted everywhere. And it's like, you were going to play a game. It was probably a lesser opponent. It was, like, New Mexico State or, like, one of these teams. But now that it's, like, the veil is off and becoming more and more off in college football, and it's becoming a different thing of like, okay, it's semi-pro. Okay, we're paying now, and hey, it's about this playoff. It's hard to have this. It's hard to explain them because it's just like I guess if we were taking it seriously, what's this one? So right. It's nothing against Grambling. So it's like, yeah, they're going to give you you'll have the lines of, well, we're going to respect our opponents. I think they got over the big hump last week, Texas, and now you've got this week to get the reps. I mean, I think it's probably important for the offense. Like, I would, as long as you thought it was, like, you don't want to get guys hurt, obviously, but this is not a team, especially on offense, that's had a ton of reps.
No, not at all.
Even if it's here, this is a great time to get it. Now, they're not going to say, hey, yeah, this is just, we're going to do like scout team, but this is the time you want Julian to throw the ball, to see as many coverage as he can, guys to get touches and get in rhythm, because there will be big dogs coming up down the line here.
Big game. Did you see Grambling's coach's comments? We got to pull those.
There's a couple sound bites in there. Right? We'll get to that later.
We're going to compete with the bands this week.
The Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands.
The Battle of the Bands. Because for the people that don't know, Grambling, they are going to put on a show. Their band. We know, look, Ohio State's band is the best in the land, but Grambling, FAMU, some of these HBCUs, it's a party at halftime. So if you're a Buckeye fan and you're going to the game today, at halftime, don't move, because Grambling
is game time.
Grambling is going to have the house shaking a little bit. Yeah. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think also too, Matty. Right. If we're in this world, then you're saying the veil is off. The thought that came to my mind is like, all right, just let me know how much the check is that they're getting to come play, because I want to. This is what it's about, right? Yeah. And so, so when you understand that, you got to look at these games for us as preseason games. Obviously, you have that blockbuster opener, but it doesn't make sense in schedule. Like games like this after a Texas game are like, why is Alabama playing Citadel week 11? Like, it's like what's going on? And you just see them scheduled to where I would prefer us just, like, we should just play all MAC teams and then Big Ten schedule. Like, that's what I would like to see. But at the same time, I understand coming to Ohio Stadium for each school, and it's historic for a school like Grambling, and you can kind of rotate those small schools each year and kind of get that experience. And you get cool games sometimes like Navy.
This was supposed to be UConn, though, I think, wasn't it? I looked into it because I was like, why was this shakeout?
You dove in? Okay,
I dove in because there was a late cancellation. So, like, I think Ohio State just had to grab a game, and Grambling was available and could do it.
I think there was a Washington too, but since they came over to the Big Ten, they had to back out of it.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, there was some last minute shifting. This wasn't one that was planned way in advance. Yeah. But it's interesting for on some levels. I mean, I think you're going to get to see a lot of your guys that probably need the reps if you're an Ohio State fan and want to see these guys get the reps as an experience. You're going to get the cheapest ticket you can. You're going to get all season. Yep. And you're going to get a great halftime show, and it's just going to be a more relaxed environment.
For sure.
I mean, and all of this is no disrespect to Grambling. You're just not in the same.
Respectfully,
they know what time it is. I mean,
respectfully, it's like whatever you're going to say next, I'm going to be offended by.
Dane, you alluded to it, man. Hopefully, on Ohio State side of things, we're just talking about a clean game, getting guys in and out, and nobody getting injured, right? Like that's the biggest thing is that the guys that they're going to be relying on week in and week out, none of those guys get nicked up, and they can continue to stack up good depth and feeling good about the availability week in and week out. We're going to take a break. When we come back, let's go back to last week and lock in on Ohio State and Texas and some of your guys' reactions to what you saw from the Scarlet and Gray. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
Looking good so far on the roadways. I just took a look at the ODOT cameras. 315 north and southbound are moving nicely with light to moderate volumes as you approach the campus area. 670, I-71, and I-70 all problem-free at the moment. And don't forget, once you do get on campus, Woody Hayes Drive is closed between Tuttle Park and Cannon Drive. With Game Day Traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
When it comes to trucks, Toyota gives you the power of choice. Now through September 30th, get 1.75 APR financing or $3,000 customer cash on a powerful new 25 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a 25 Tundra SR Crewmax for $409 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks, trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Jeff Hogan, and I've got to say thank you. The way Central Ohio has welcomed me back has been amazing. I'm so excited to be back with the team here at 10 TV. These folks are the real deal, and together, we're here to bring you more of the stories that really matter to you and your family. Whether it's breaking news, weather that impacts your day, or just honest conversations, we're here for it all. I'll see you weeknights on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus. And again, it's really good to be back.
Your 10 TV team is stronger than ever. Jeff Hogan, Yolanda Harris, Station Knockin', Jerry Martz. 4 trusted names with a deep connection to Central Ohio. Together, they bring you more heart, more credibility, and more of the stories that matter to you. From breaking news to weather that impacts your day, to real conversations shaping your community. This is your news, your team. Watch weeknights on 10 TV and streaming anytime on 10 TV Plus.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
With rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers, a BMI Federal Credit Union Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card would be the perfect card for your wallet. Visit bmifcu.org/visa for more details and to apply today.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. Can't get enough Ohio State conversation? Good, because the Austin and Berm Show simply can't stop talking about the Buckeyes. Monday through Friday, in season or out of season, The Beat with me and Jeremy Birmingham breaks down every angle with the reigning national champions on 10 TV Plus and on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel. Every day is game day with The Beat, and the conversation about the Buckeyes there is always available for fans on demand. Don't miss a single episode.
Matty Ice here. Football is back, and it also marks the kickoff to huge savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, you can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP for qualified buyers. Just imagine riding up to your tailgate party in a brand new Silverado from McDaniel. And McDaniel GM Superstore has been family owned and operated for over 100 years. They're just a short drive north north off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
With rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers, a BMI Federal Credit Union Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card would be the perfect card for your wallet. Visit bmifcu.org/visa for more details and to apply today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Here for the Buckeyes game this afternoon, we're looking at sunshine and temperatures around low 70s here for today. There will be a bit of a breeze out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for tonight, mostly clear and cool with lows down to the upper 40s. And then more sunshine here tomorrow, back to the low 70s here on your Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here with your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. You're listening to the KeyBank Pregame Show. The only way to get ready for a Buckeye game. Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
Welcome back in. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show. Matty Ice, Dane Sanzenbacher, and DeVier Posey getting you ready for Ohio State and Grambling. Before we move forward with any more Ohio State talk, quick shout out to my high school, Pickerington North.
There it is.
Taking out our rivals last night.
Was it set 14?
It was a good game, man. It was a grind. I think maybe they got a late touchdown and maybe took that up to 21-7. But it was a good game, man. And, that we're holding it down on our side of things. Panthers greater than Tigers. So shout out to Coach Hillerich and the Panthers for beating their rival last night. It was good stuff. I enjoyed watching that game on TV, and I was keeping one eye on that Kansas City Chiefs and Chargers game last night, which was pretty good too.
Game.
Herbert looked amazing out there doing his thing. It
felt personal.
Let me ask you guys though. You saw the Kelsey and Xavier Worthy collision. Did you see that, Dane?
Yeah.
Check that out when you get a chance.
Yep.
That's clearly miscommunication on whose fault is that? Like two guys just running in to each other.
Kelsey, when they were in the route, I didn't see it.
Yeah, and then
it was like
I was working last night, guys.
Okay, just grinding.
Then it was I
respect that.
Like an underneath concept, and they got a look on a rub.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it almost looked like Kelsey was spotting up over the ball and just Worthy. Or they ran the same exact route. You know what I mean? It was
they were on opposite sides?
It was like opposite sides, and it looked like somebody got tagged over the ball, and they ran into each other. Yeah.
See, it's like the one thing that needs to be because those can work well, obviously, in man coverage, but it needs to be very clear who's high and who's low.
Who's high
like, you always knew, like, in any of these routes, and it's by all means, you make sure you go low, I'm going high for that exact reason, because there's going to be a mess. There's going to be a ref in there. Do they still have a linebacker level ref? I think so.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, so they got a ref in there. Yep. There's going to be linebackers in there. Has to be clear who's high, who's low here.
And the mics could
see it.
They could like push you in the head back then because they can come under 5 yards and like jam us. Yeah.
And they always had like big wrist tapes.
Wrist tape.
It felt like clubs.
Don Joys right there. They had the Don Joys, so they could always push you. So you had to, it was like Dane's saying, you had to have a clear distinction on who's under and who's up. But that happened in my little league practice last week too. Guys ran into each other, but it's a thing when you're like meshing.
It was just wild to see at that level with those two guys, and especially Kelsey being the vet that he is, and then Xavier Worthy gets popped in the shoulder and he was out for the game. I mean, that dude's 150 pounds soaking wet. So running into Travis Kelsey full speed, it was downhill from there. But yeah, Chargers pick up a big-time division win last night, and shout out to Justin Herbert because he absolutely looked the part. You know who else looked the part to me last week was that Buckeye defense. I mean, the Buckeye defense was absolutely lights out. I know we were all excited about, both quarterbacks to see what we were going to get from Arch Manning and Julian Sam. But fellas, I thought Matt Patricia and his guys on that side, it was a masterclass in what they were able to do. Before you guys weigh in on, the defense and all the takeaways from the Texas game, I want to play this clip from Bruce Arians, former NFL head coach. He was on Pat McAfee's show, and he kind of did a film breakdown of what Matt Patricia threw at Arch Manning, and here's what he took away from that game.
I look at the Ohio State-Texas game, and I see Matt Patricia just totally bamboozle one of the best young quarterbacks to ever come into the game because he had to learn to do it. You got 2 seconds to figure out where this ball is going, all right? And if you're seeing this and they're playing that, if you don't see it within those first 3 steps of your drop, you're you're going to throw it to the wrong guy.
So you're saying what Arch Manning was seeing was something that was by design to make him look and be as confused as he looked. He looked incredibly confused.
You know, when you don't know what to prepare for, and that's college's problem. When you don't play preseason games, you don't get to see anything. The first time you see it, you're on national television playing number 1 versus number 3. It's like, holy and, like, it's not easy for a veteran quarterback in the NFL when you play that system. Now, Peyton, his second or third year, got this. Tom, probably in his second or third year, got this because this is complicated now. For a college quarterback, especially a young guy starting, this is the highest level you get of defensive football. And Ohio State did an unbelievable job for their young guys, I think, Debo, of not giving it away.
So there's Bruce Arians and his takeaway going back and looking at the film and what Matt Patricia was doing. What did you guys see on defense? Because to my amateur eye, it was pretty impressive what they were able to do.
I honestly turned away after the first 2 series because I said, there's no way he figures this out. Because the hardest thing for me in offense and understanding this point is mic points. So for people who are listening, this is when you have that hot mic on the quarterback. And Patrick Mahomes, you've all heard it. Justin Herbert probably said it, 50 times each last night. 57's the mic, or, this person's the mic. And what's that? What does that mean? That means this is the middle point of the defense. We can kind of build our blocking scheme from this point. And then also it allows you to count to see, hey, do we have 5 blockers for 6 blitzers? Do we have 5 block? And so this position that we were in, and it was honestly crazy. You have 6 DBs on the field. So Caleb Downs is playing a lot like the Mike in a way, and then you got Arvell and Sonny. They're mugged up with 3 linemen. And so for a quarterback, like Bruce is saying, this is like the highest level of understanding football. It's, that these blitz aren't coming. They have these DBs, but it's confusing for Archie because, is number 2 my Mike? Yeah, he is. He is. And so when you look at Matt Patricia doing this to this guy, and then the first 2 balls that Arch threw, they went into the ground, I said, I'm about to have a drink, man. All we got to do is score 14 points, and this is over. And it felt like that all game. And you just see an NFL coach with NFL players going against a college coordinator. Like, Sarkisian is a great college coordinator. But it's very hard to go against like the Matt Patricias or what's my guy from the the Sam McDonald's, that Ravens culture. He's at Wink.
Mike McDonald, Wink Martindale, coming off that tree.
So think about Wink Martindale. In the struggles Ohio State offense had. He was an
I don't want to
NFL.
think about Wink Martindale.
You know what I mean? He's an NFL.
You think about Wink Martindale.
Here it is, Wink. And my thing is when NFL guys come into college for the first time, the first season, it's a tough adjustment for offensive coordinators going against NFL defensive coordinators, I think.
It's another weird quirk of new college football. Because I can't help but zoom out and be like, why is Matt Patricia here?
Like, why is he in Ohio State?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if a pro player jumped back down and was like, oh,
it's unfair.
That's about as good as you're going to see there because you're playing against college kids. It's like, it's the weird, it used to be like, it's not a linear step of like you go from high school to the next level is this and the next level is that. Coaches are jumping back.
Yeah.
To the college level with all that experience because colleges, we can afford to pay it now. It's the only reason they would be here and can work those schemes. And when they have the players to be able to do it, it's like, I don't know, if Joe Burrow comes back and just wants to plop down for a year, just a quick year. I'm waiting on a contract. I'm going to come sling it around. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's what it is.
It's easy. You can think about it as coaches, but if you put it in a player perspective of a player bump back down and could have that success,
kind of wild.
It's a different level altogether. So it's just a weird time.
Yeah.
We did not have, and that's like the 2010s coaches tree. There was college coaches, and then there was guys that had aspirations to be NFL coaches. If you were going the NFL route, you were trying to do the master class. Because when the pros sit down in their pre-games, it's all scheme. Like Matt Patricia, those NFL coaching staffs, they're doing it all day. They're playing the other coaches. They're playing their game. They're trying to guess what you do, and they're all working on that level. it's a different level. I'm not saying he won't run up against another team that has an equally matched coaching staff doing that, and not that Texas isn't, but my biggest takeaway from that is like, this is just so
There's
odd.
levels to it.
It's because Arch is he's not a pro yet.
No,
he's a great
neither
is Julian. I mean, there's probably only like a handful in that game.
Yeah, he would have struggled with those looks, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A handful in that game that are pros now. I know we see it as either the two best college teams, but given the full like 22 or 44 guys that are out there, only a couple that are pros now.
Yeah.
And it's not, Arch isn't one. So it's like, it was something to watch.
It was good stuff, man. Like, and it was a complete outing from the defense. I mean, holding Texas to 1 of 5 on 4th down. Think about those 2 red zone stops that they had, like just throwing up a brick wall. Kind of reminded me of how they closed out the game at Penn State last year, where they had to have that defensive stop.
They look so
and they
good.
got it done. They look so good. And now we're talking about 2 years in a row for Ohio State at the coordinator position, where 2 former NFL head coaches took over. Last year on offense, it was Chip Kelly, and we saw the creativity he brought to the table with the run game and everything. And now this year, it seems like they're going to have the chance to do the same thing, but on defense with Matt Patricia. So, yeah, that was a great breakdown from you guys, because to me, man, it just looked apart, and guys were just flying around and confusing the heck out of which will be in time a very talented quarterback and a very talented Texas offense down the road. Coming up next, you'll hear from Coach Day about his quarterback, Julian Sain, and what he thought about his debut in our What They're Saying segment. It's the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
As you get headed out to Tailgate right now, we have pretty good driving conditions. All of the major highways and side streets are problem-free at the moment. Just took a look at 315 north and southbound, moving with light to moderate volumes through the campus area. No major problems or delays there. Looked out into the feeder roads as well. 670, I-71, 270, and I-70 all moving nicely as well. A reminder, once you're on campus, Woody Hayes Drive is closed on game days between Tuttle Park and Cannon Drive. With Game Day Traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
Drive through football season with style, comfort, and confidence. AR here and my friend Rich Newsom and his team at Germain Honda of Dublin have more than 500 new and pre-owned cars to choose from. And the best service team in town on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blocko earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com or follow Bobcat Enterprises Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
Hi, I'm Laura De Leon, president of Key Bank in Central Ohio. Here at Key, we believe in providing a helping hand in our community. While helping hands are wonderful, a helping bank is even better. That's a bank committed to solving people's financial needs, but it doesn't stop there. We advocate, we support, we listen, and we volunteer. That's a bank that is always ready to meet you in the moment. Key Bank opens doors.
KeyBank, member FDIC.
Drive through football season with style, comfort, and confidence. AR here and my friend Rich Newsom and his team at Germain Honda of Dublin have more than 500 new and pre-owned cars to choose from. And the best service team in town on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
The regular season is here. Catch the Browns and Bengals from the land.
Let's go dominate, man. Have some fun. Here we go.
Live fan coverage starts Sunday at 11 with the Kick at 1.
Your home for all things football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means three things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime and Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly. Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York. Still on a high from the win last week? Come to campus on game day and enjoy live music, food, and fun at the 97.1 The Fan and 10 TV tailgate at the O Patio and Pub on Lane. The party starts at 9 and continues on throughout the game. See why over 10,000 people came to party with us last week. Be at the O on Lane this Saturday. Proudly sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Coors Light, Behind the O app, and Jameson Whiskey.
Toyota gives you the power of choice. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on a stylish new 25 Corolla or 5.75 on Corolla Hybrid. Excludes Corolla Cross and GR Corolla. Or lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
This is the Fans Game Day Scoreboard.
This game day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
Good morning. I'm Jacob Reimer. Week 2 of the college football season is here. The top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes return to action after their Week 1 win over Texas. Now we'll be hosting Grambling State today in the first-ever meeting between the two programs. Kickoff will be at 3:30, and coverage can be found right here on The Fan. Last night in college football, a pair of wins by the Big Ten, with Maryland beating Northern Illinois 20-9 and Northwestern with a 42-7 win over Western Illinois. Also last night, Louisville held off James Madison, winning 28-14. Some notable Big Ten games today. Illinois is at Duke. Iowa squares off with Iowa State in the Cyhawk. Oregon hosts Oklahoma State, and Michigan travels to Oklahoma in a Big Ten SEC clash. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Only way to do game day. This is the KeyBank pregame show, getting you ready for all things scarlet and gray. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. It's time to find out what they're saying.
All right, welcome back in. This is the KeyBank Fan pregame show. Matty Ice, DeVier, Posey, Dane, Sanzenbacher getting you ready for week 2 of some Ohio State action. Buckeyes welcoming in Grambling. Julian Sayin, 13 of 20, a buck 26. And 1 touchdown. Let's hear from his head coach, his thoughts on Julian's outing against the Texas Longhorns.
I was impressed with his poise. He had a good look in his eye, and what he was saying and what he was seeing was exactly what was going on. That's a great sign. I remember CJ's first start. I remember Justin's first start. And when I mean first start, in big games. Dwayne, Kyle. Will was different because he'd played a lot of football, but when you have that first start and you're out there, there are so many things to take into consideration. When you're the quarterback at Ohio State and you're playing number 1 Texas against one of the top defenses in the country, which we have a tremendous amount of respect for, the one thing we didn't want to do and I didn't want to do was put him in a bad spot. It's just not fair to him. Now, coming out of it, quite honestly, I think he probably could have handled it, but we weren't going to do that because we know it's a long season, and that was the decision that was made, and so we'll go from here.
Dane, I want you to kick this thing off. What were your thoughts on Julian Sayin and how he looked in his debut?
I think that how Coach Day just put it is what it looked like. I'm glad to hear that it seems like he's being very honest. This was the plan. This is what we wanted to do. And you're definitely on the right side of it if you're coming out of the game saying man, he probably could have handled more. and you still won. Like, if you lost that game, you might be kicking yourself like, we should have pushed him, but you don't know what you got. I mean, this was a week one. There was no, like Coach Arian said in a couple segments ago, like, there was no warm-up. He says you just went clean into this game. Yeah, so, I mean, there wasn't much to go on. I think overall you're just watching it how he handles the game. Obviously, we don't know what he's saying, but if he's seeing things correctly, that's step one. So that's a great sign. Two, you don't have there's not a lot of bad history with him. You know, like he gets out of that game without feeling like he has to overcome something now. Like he has to prove something. It wasn't a blunder. So, like, we've been introduced, so there's that side of it that's good. In the throws he was making, he wasn't burying the ball in the dirt. I mean, the ones he had to throw, he was making the right decisions, throws. So I think the biggest things for offense in general was there was no big costly mistakes. I don't think they allowed any sacks, right?
I don't believe so.
No, I don't think they allowed any sacks. So they kept him clean. They kept it relatively vanilla. They didn't need to be heroes, but I was impressed with it. I'm excited to see him grow. I have been since I heard like murmurs about him last year. Like, people were very high on Julian Sand in spring ball. I've been excited to want to see. It's just my kind of like quarterback. He's only like 6 foot. What's your face?
What do you like about him? I'm asking. What do you like about Julian Sand?
Well, I was in the middle of saying it, and you were giving me like this.
I just looked at you. What you? I just looked at you, Dane. See, he's my kind of quarterback. He's my kind of quarterback, too.
No, you were going to say because he's a white guy or something?
I didn't say anything.
I saw your face, man. That's messed up. I like him. I'm going to tell you why I like him. I like him because I like in football, like, if you don't fit the complete mold of your position, I'm about it. Like, wide receivers that, like, are a little too big. Like, you know, like the kind of pudgy wide receivers that still make really good plays.
Yeah.
Those are my type of guys. A punter or a kicker that's way too big. Like, I like that.
Jared Lorenzen?
Oh, those hefty lefty?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's your boy, huh? Okay.
I would go back and watch YouTube videos of hefty lefty. Yeah. So, like, Julian, now he's not on that level, but it's not the prototypical, like, he's got a live arm. I think that's part of it too. I think it's just exciting to have quarterbacks that have that snap. It can come off looking a little funky, but I like it. And so, like, it's like there's something to him. There's excitement, and I think the ceiling is high. I think, or maybe the ceiling's unknown. That's what I think is exciting about it too. Young quarterback, ton of potential.
Yeah.
Was a huge recruit, and now has shown that he can handle this position. And now I feel like the rest of the season's like, how is this going to grow? What are we looking at here? Like, what are we going to look back at 5 years and say, what was Julian saying? Like, was this the beginning of something really big? And I'll pass it to DeVier so he can explain so you don't like Julian Sand is what I just saw.
I didn't say.
No, many people are saying that you don't like Julian.
Many people are saying
Hey, YouTube. You know this isn't just we're on YouTube. They saw that face. He doesn't like Julian Sand.
No,
get him.
Here's my thing.
Get in the chat, Matty. Get him.
Here's my thing about Julian Sand. So when you go into the game with Julian Sand and you ask yourself, well, this guy won the job. You've been hearing about what he does well, but typically what you feel with your eyes and what you see, what you say, man, like you think Cam Newton, 6'6", 6'4", you think Arch Manning, 6'5", and this is the guy that's efficient. But his skill set, it's almost like a pitcher that doesn't need to throw a 100-mile ball every game, Matty, but they're still winning games. He manages the game and moxies the game. Like, that's his number one skill set. And that's what I saw was a calmness. And I'm like, wow, it's 4th and 1. He has Jeremiah on a big ball. Now, granted, rule breaker Jeremiah, you have to flip your quarterback mind to be like, oh, no, that's number 4. My first 4th and 1, just throw it to him. But my first 4th and 1, I see a Max Clare coming in my screen. That's really the throw. And if he gets it out 1 second and Max Clare gets his foot down, he completes that. He runs to the sideline, and Ryan's like, hey, and he's like, listen, I saw Clare. And you could see the exchange. And for me, that confidence, and I'll be honest, this was Julian Sand with no seasoning. This is chicken, just boiled chicken right on the plate, no seasoning. He didn't celebrate once. He was focused. Can you imagine when this man makes like a drive and he has like 3 or 4 consecutive, big balls down the field, and then he punches one in that we need, and you see him celebrate, and he kind of breaks that threshold of confidence. I'm kind of scared on what kind of player we'll be. I mean, what kind of player we'll see. And then also, too, man, like I just want to compliment him last week just because you have a guy on the other side who by all means, everybody was saying the Heisman, and he's going to just run away with it and have the best performance. But I think Julian, in our game, I think he handled that defense really well. And he has a film to watch to say, hey, when this happens to me, I can always refer back to that. And I'm not going to give him my our guy of the week,
the one tough animal.
I can't give it to him, but I am excited for what we have in the future. And then also, they do those quarterback rankings. Last year, Will Howard never ranked in the top 10 until the playoffs. Like the CBS college football, like quarterback ranking. Julian Sanders already in the top 5. And I don't know, Will Howard had better first games than he did, and people like Julian, and we want him to do well.
People, not you, but people do. A lot of people are saying.
Hold on, let's stop this on live radio. Dane, stop this. Stop. I got to be dead serious.
Guys, YouTube, I'm kidding.
Okay.
DeVier is a Julian guy.
Yeah,
he's a Julian guy. You know what I liked about what I saw last week is that it seemed like Coach Day really trusted Julian in critical moments. You touched on that 4th down throw he threw to Max Clare. There was one in the end zone. Remember that catch to Carnell on the outside, which I thought was a really good route from Carnell. I thought that was cool to see. This wasn't we're in short down and distance, hand it to the running back, let him pick it up. We're putting it on you, young fella, because we believe in you, and I thought that was good to see.
He made great decisions. What Ryan Day said, it's almost like you go back and watch a film, you're like, dang, he did the right thing right here. He did the right thing right here. He did the right thing right here. And you're like, that's what he's meaning by we could have we probably could have threw a little more passes down the field, but man, he passed the final exam on the first day of school.
And there's only so much you can do against that Texas defense, which we know is stout, and they do a good job of, it seems like, keeping a lot of things in front of them. So I was impressed, and I think you guys have kind of alluded to this throughout the show. Today, maybe next week, we'll see the offense open up a little bit more. Coach Day talked about it at his presser, wanting to hit on some more explosive plays. We know they got the talent to do it. Carnell made the explosive play last week, so we shall see, and I'm expecting Julian to have
what'd you think about that ball, that deep ball? What'd you think about that?
It seemed to me like Julian didn't want to overthrow Carnell, so it was a hair underthrown. But I don't have a problem with that when you have the playmakers that he has, because clearly you see what the talent that Carnell had, bobbled it and caught it and brought it down. We know Jeremiah can do that. We've seen that last year. Think about the Iowa touchdown from Iowa. You just throw it up. You guys are those type of receivers too.
Don't
the
you
trust.
Feel like he left it behind his head a little bit? It was placed there, or do you feel like he? Because I don't know. I'm like, man, is he throwing a back shoulder kind of seam ball?
I don't know. Maybe a fortunate accident.
Okay.
Worked out though. You'd rather have that than the overthrow.
Great highlight for Cardell Tate. That is for sure. When we come back, we'll hit you with our one tough animal for this week. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
If you're headed to Ohio Stadium right now, you have a great drive. I-670, I-70, 71, 270, and 315, both north and southbound. All looking good, running with light to moderate volumes and accident-free. I am starting to see a little bit of traffic volume picking up on Lane Avenue between 315 and High Street. Not a big surprise there. And a reminder on campus, Woody Hayes Drive is closed on game days between Tuttle Park and Cannon Drive. With game day traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on the Fan.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here. 97.1 The Fan and 10 TV. No Ohio State fans simply can't get enough coverage of the reigning national champions.
So now there's even more of it on YouTube thanks to the Austin and Berm Show.
Get daily coverage with me, Austin Ward, and my buddy Jeremy Birmingham on The Beat, Snap Judgments, and the weekly live show at Roosters presented by Tansky Power Sports.
Just search on YouTube or anywhere you download podcasts for the Austin and Berm Show.
It's Ohio State football all day, every day.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity, I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
You're kind of cute.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tighty-whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
Remember what sports used to be about calling up your favorite host and saying how stupid they are? Good news. We still do that. The Fan Calling Show.
Hello. Sponsored by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino.
Sunday mornings at 8 on The Fan.
Hi, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Coming up, more football talk on The Fan.
That's right, Bob. And just like our hometown team, Worthington Jewelers is all about tradition, family, and winning moments.
Celebrate your victories with us, your hometown jeweler, Worthington Jewelers.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Jeff Hogan, and I've got to say thank you. The way Central Ohio has welcomed me back has been amazing. I'm so excited to be back with the team here at 10 TV. These folks are the real deal, and together we're here to bring you more of the stories that really matter to you and your family. Whether it's breaking news, weather that impacts your day, or just honest conversations, we're here for it all. I'll see you weeknights on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus. And again, it's really good to be back.
Your 10 TV team is stronger than ever. Jeff Hogan, Yolanda Harris, Station Knockin', Cherry Martz. 4 trusted names with a deep connection to Central Ohio. Together, they bring you more heart, more credibility, and more of the stories that matter to you. From breaking news to weather that impacts your day, to real conversation shaping your community. This is your news, your team. Watch weeknights on 10 TV and streaming anytime on 10 TV Plus.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
We're back to football talk, but before we kick off, a quick thanks to Bob and the team at Worthington Jewelers.
Thanks, Common Man. Whether it's game day or every day, we're here to help you celebrate life's biggest moments.
Worthington Jewelers, your hometown jeweler.
What he said.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. The ultimate way to get ready for another Buckeye victory. You're listening to the KeyBank Pregame Show. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. The Fan's one tough animal.
Welcome back in. Man. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show. Sometimes the conversations during the break are better than what we do on there, and I wish you guys could hear. But I'm Matty Ice.
I tried to bring it on air, and DeVier got mad at me.
I'm Matty Ice. Dane Sanzenbacher.
I didn't know where it was going, sorry.
DeVier Posey in the house. Getting you ready for Ohio State and Grambling. Good morning, Buckeye Nation. Who wants to lead it off this week for one tough animal?
I don't mind.
Okay, DeVier, the floor is yours.
So, one tough animal. I like to, I know you guys are watching the games that are mainstream. and trying to find the stars. And you know what I do? I go to the FS1s, the CS, the college football
CBS Sports.
Yes, sports. And I'm trying to find the other guys. So who I found that I'm watching this game, and on 16 carries, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. The run that I saw was a 75-yard run. Robert Henry Jr., a running back from the University of Texas, San Antonio, the Road Runners. This guy is not that big, but they played against Texas A&M last week, and he ran all over this defense on 16 carries for 177 yards and 2 tutties, 1 long run of 75 yards. And trust me, guys, he will be playing on Sundays. That was his game.
Okay.
Like that the scouts say, oh, yeah, what game should we watch to show you're a pro?
That's the
turn
one.
on this one.
That's the one. Okay. Dane, who you got this week, my guy?
My tough animal is from Louisiana, similar to our Grambling State game today.
Yes.
So I'm keeping it in state. Garrett, now he should pronounce, I think it's Nussmeier, but he should pronounce it Newmeyer. I think Newmeyer is better. It's a better pronunciation.
Changing people's last names on the show.
Nussmeier? Nussmeier is a little tough. But, so he had a comeback win against Clemson last week, and this is a kid that sat behind Jaden Daniels, I think, for 2 years and waiting his turn. When's the last time you heard that in college football? More and more rare that a guy sitting there and then steps in and is the guy, has a big game and a big spotlight. Let me see. He had 28 of 38 for 232. I mean, he played a great game, led a comeback, gets a big win against a Clemson team that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, it's a little bit of a mainstream pick, but I like it. I like the story there. I think he could be a little bit of a problem this year.
I'll tell you what, Dane, there was a touchdown that was overturned in that game. That might be throw of the year. That touchdown to where he just threads it in the tightest window possible, like
over the shoulder.
Yes, and it was a great catch too. But the throw
across the pylon,
amazing. I don't know how they overturned that. I thought it was a tutty for sure, but we've been told all off season that this dude is ready to take off and be maybe the QB1 going into next year's draft. So I'm glad you highlighted him, man, because he definitely looked the part to
Thanks,
me.
Matt.
Yeah, for
Thanks,
sure.
Matt. My kind of quarterback, that kind of guy.
That guy right there.
Oh my goodness.
My kind
all right,
too.
I am. Listen, when you come out in the off season and you talk a whole bunch of trash about a Mount Rushmore program, and then you go out there and back it up, you got to be a one tough animal. I'm going Tommy Castellanos, Florida State's quarterback, because he came out and said, Nick Saban ain't here to save you guys anymore, and then doubled down at Media Day when everybody was like, okay, do you want to moonwalk off that?
This is months ago. This isn't this past week.
Months ago.
This was months ago.
And he said, I'm standing on business. This is what I truly believe. And Alabama, all their players are coming out and saying, okay, yeah, we've taken note of that, and that is bulletin board material. He goes out there, not a great game through the air, 9 of 14, $152, no touchdowns there. But, man, he cleaned up on the ground as a quarterback, 16 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown. So I just think he had a massive target on his back coming into that game, and he delivered and really put his money where his mouth is with his game. And hey, Florida State picks up a massive dub against Alabama. So I got to throw Tommy Castellanos in there.
Best part about that Alabama-Florida State game, you go to our games, it's almost weekly you'll see a Buckeye legend. Florida State, man, you got Peter Warrick on the sideline. Like Alabama, it brought Peter Warrick out. And for me, he was a superhero as a football player, just as a kid. I mean, I remember that 1990, national championship. It was Peter Warrick versus Michael Vick. Y'all, do you ever really snap back into that time and how good he was as a player? Got to see him on the sideline. I enjoyed that football game.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere, that for sure. Now we got a whole bunch of noise around Kalen DeBoer and that Alabama program, and just the pressure that is on him, man, is just absolutely through the roof.
It's going back to the Brody Croyle days right now.
For Bama?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, when you look at what's on deck for Alabama, and I think they have a cupcake. They do have a cupcake this week, but the following 2 games, I believe, are Luke Fickell in Wisconsin coming down to Tuscaloosa. And then after that, it's Georgia. He has to win that Wisconsin game because now everybody's holding his feet to the fire, and that seat seems to be pretty warm. I got another one tough animal that I'm just going to roll out right now, an abbreviation of his name. And this is a freshman quarterback at Cal that I think everybody needs to keep an eye on. Little late night football.
He played well.
I'm going JKS because I don't know how to pronounce his name just yet. But this was a 5-star quarterback. And remember,
let's go, Dane.
Devin Brown
got beat out by this
transferred out to Cal.
He's a lefty, too.
Lefty. So I'm like, okay, let me see what the hype is about this kid because he was a massive recruit. I am not comfortable yet pronouncing the name. Yes, I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just going to go with JKS. But his stat line as a freshman last week against Oregon State. And look, you play at Oregon State for a young guy in your debut. That's not very easy. 20 of 30, 234, and 3 touchdowns. As DeVier alluded to, lefty, and he was throwing dots out there. So I think this guy in the coming weeks will become a household name. I see the vision and what they have going on out there.
Do you got it?
You want to try it? Anybody want to try it? Go ahead. Go ahead and try it, Dane.
I think it's Jaron Kawe Sagapolitele.
I think that's
Sagapolitele.
I think that's pretty spot on.
Sagapolitele. Ooh, that's a name.
Sagapolitele. It's a lot. It's the new Tagovailoa.
J Saga.
Or Saga.
J Saga.
I'm just going JKS right now. So thank you, Dane, for bailing me out. But I think
Jaron Kawe Sagapolitele.
This guy's for real.
Jaron Kawe Sagapolitele. Yeah, lefty.
Pull up some of those highlights from last week. This guy, he's going to be around for the next couple years. It'll be interesting to see if he stays at Cal.
Right.
Because there's going to be a lot of suitors based off of how good I think he is.
Like Tua.
But
like
he'll
goodness,
go. Man. Yeah. But yeah, that's maybe one of those big last names we need to all learn. Tua's, DJ Uiagalelei, those type of guys, man, because I was impressed with what he did. Coming up top of the hour, the man that sits on the Iron Throne for 10 TV, Adam King, joins us next. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
We have good driving conditions heading toward Ohio Stadium right now. Just the normal spots picking up some volume. 315 southbound ramp to Lane Avenue. Seeing a bit heavier traffic right now. But overall, 315 both north and southbound between 670 and Ackerman Road. Moving nicely with just light to moderate volumes. Lane Avenue is heavy between 315 and High Street. And Woody Hayes Drive is closed between Tuttle Park and Cannon Drive. With game day traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means 3 things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime and Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly.
Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you're a sports card fan like me, you've got to check out Midwest Cards in the Arena District, right outside Nationwide Arena. These guys are true collectors themselves, and they've built a shop that lets you experience card collecting in a whole new way. They've got sealed boxes, packs, single cards, signed memorabilia, and plenty of TVs in their lounge. Yeah, they have a lounge. And don't forget the card bar, where you can open packs while you have an adult beverage. It's awesome. Stop by Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Come visit the all-new Capital Ford of Columbus today, home of the 99-cent down car deal. Visit capitalfordofcolumbus.com or call 614-861-7150. That's capitalfordofcolumbus.com or 614-861-7150. 99 cents, $399, $0 down, RCL on 25 My Escape. 10,500 miles per year available for well-qualified buyers. Excludes tax, title, licensing, and documentary service charges. Offer good while dealer supply lasts.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota, including the best-selling Camry. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on any new 25 Camry or lease a Camry LE from just $279 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Here's a stat that hurts. The average adult waits up to 2 years before getting help for joint or back pain. 2 years of sitting out. 2 years of missing the game. At Ortho Neuro, you don't have to wait. Our orthopedic and spine experts treat every joint issue, often without surgery, and we've got next-day appointments ready. Don't sit on the sidelines another day. Schedule your consult now at orthoneuro.com. Ortho Neuro, for every motion in life. Still on a high from the win last week? Come to campus on game day and enjoy live music, food, and fun at the 97.1 The Fan and 10 TV tailgate at the O Patio and Pub on Lane. The party starts at 9 and continues on throughout the game. See why over 10,000 people came to party with us last week. Be at the O on Lane this Saturday. Proudly sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Coors Light, Behind the O app, and Jameson Whiskey. Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. This is the Fans Game Day Scoreboard.
This game day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
Good morning. I'm Jacob Reimer. Welcome to week 2 of the college football season. The now top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes get back on the gridiron as they host Grambling State today. It's the first ever meeting between the two programs. Kickoff will be at 3:30, and you can catch the action right here on the Fan. Last night in college football, the Big Ten picked up a couple wins, with Maryland getting past Northern Illinois and a 20-9 win, and Northwestern cruised against Western Illinois, winning 42-7. Also last night, Louisville trailed James Madison at halftime, but came back to win 28-14. Some notable Big Ten games today: Illinois visits Duke, Iowa takes on Iowa State in the Cy-Hawk rivalry, Oregon hosts Oklahoma State, and Michigan is at Oklahoma in a Big Ten SEC clash. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You're listening to the KeyBank Pregame Show. The only way to get ready for a Buckeye game. Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
Welcome back in. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show. Matty Ice, Dane Sanzenbacher, and DeVier. Posey getting you ready for Ohio State and Grambling. Going to add one more to the party right now via the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Gas Hotline. The one and only Adam King from 10 TV, the man that sits on the Iron Throne over at 10 TV. AK, good morning. How you feeling this weekend, my man?
Good morning, gentlemen. I heard that Dane and DeVier are a little feisty. They've been going back and forth, so I'm beyond excited to jump in here and spice things up a little more.
Let's before you get to that, let's go back to last week, and there was just so much excitement and anticipation about Ohio State and Texas getting after it. We talked about the defense, how impressive that was, AK. We talked about Julian Sand and a little bit of the game plan and what he did. One of your biggest takeaways that impressed you from last week, what was that?
Well, you took the two biggest ones, so thanks for that, Matty Ice.
You can add to it.
No, I do agree with Sand looking so comfortable. It was really impressive, but I think you have to go with the defense. I mean, goodness gracious, Matt Patricia, what a show! That was so much fun to watch. I'm almost sad that they're playing Grambling today because we don't get to see them scheme up as much anymore because, they're not going to put any magic on the field today. They can win without having to use Arbel Reese in 8 different positions. But I was just beyond impressed with just the ability to maintain Arch Manning, to keep really just that Texas offense that I think is going to be really good by the end of the year at bay the entire game until the final 4 minutes.
Hey, Adam. Good to hear from you, buddy. How are you?
Hey, Dane. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was at your old stomping ground last night.
I heard. I was hoping they would throw you out, but they didn't. Yep. So you got.
It's going to be. I was at Gahanna. No, I told them they let me park right up front. I was at Gahanna Lincoln for the game last night. They got a beautiful new school.
Yes,
you got to check it out. I think it's opening in January. So moving on
it's a school. You can't just check it out, Dane. It's a school. You can't just hang
Actually,
out.
that's true. You can't just. It's not a library or a museum. You can't get.
Who won last night?
Gahanna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they beat Westerville North?
They did not. They beat Wintangy Liberty.
Wintangy Liberty. Yeah. Big game.
Yeah, it was good. So looking
at my segment, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Man on the Iron Throne. I'll ask you about Grambling now. So,
oh man,
moving on to this week. Obviously, it was. you got what you needed to get done from an offensive perspective last week. No big mistakes. You got the quarterback introduced to the spotlight. What is the biggest thing you can do? What do you think they're trying to take away from this week? What are they trying to accomplish on offense?
Well, I think it's really interesting because in a game like this, typically you would say, let's get the backup some opportunities. And it's still that way, but like you've got to get Julian Sayin more reps. Like that's the crazy part is we need to see Julian. They only had 4 drives in the first half last week. And then the second half, they kind of figured out, hey, we can win this game with defense. Let's just kind of control the game here and not force anything. So you've got to let Julian Sayin go. Just let him play today. At least in the first half, open up the playbook. Now, don't get too creative, but just, let it fly and give him that opportunity. And then let's see more of the running backs. Let's see Bo Jackson a little bit more. Let's see these guys, Mylan Graham. Let's get them in the game because we know at the end of the day that Brandon Ennis, Carnell Tate, and, of course, Jeremiah Smith are good, but we want to see the other guys get their opportunity, especially in games like this, because you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get as you get in the home stretch of the season.
Absolutely. Adam, Matt, didn't get to see you last weekend, but you talk about a beautiful Saturday in the shoe, way to kick off college football. That banner gets raised. What was your favorite moment from last week? What celebrities did you get to take pictures with? This is your segment. This is your show. Just tell me about last weekend, man, from your perspective.
Well, I mean, I got to meet McConaughey and Glenn Powell, but I'm not here to flex on that.
That's pretty cool.
I did. I got to speak to both of them, Dane.
How do you smell?
I'm not going to answer that question on record. I will not say that off.
Did he smell good? He looks like he smells good.
I didn't smell the man.
No, I thought he was a famous no deodorant guy. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah,
If it was like a good. I thought he's like notorious.
He's a famous no deodorant guy?
Yeah, so I didn't know if it was like a musty.
What's his reasoning? Because I got to hear him explain it to me.
It's probably a health thing, or maybe just he's kind of a crunchy guy. So a little.
I'm pretty sure
natural.
he could convince me.
That's fine, Adam. We'll take it. We'll take it offline. I'll call you after this.
Dane, quit smelling people. Okay, stop it.
I've been told that.
That's not appropriate.
I think I will. I will stop that.
I just love the atmosphere of the whole shoe. I think that fourth down play, ironically, not the last fourth down play, the fourth down play when they were on kind of the goal line.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, if these people don't quiet down, my head's going to explode. So I can only imagine what Arch Manning was thinking. It was so loud. It was so chaotic. I absolutely loved it. It was such a great atmosphere at the shoe. I imagine it'll be the exact same today for Grambling State all through the game. I just was beyond impressed with Buckeye Nation. And it was just such a cool – it lived up to the hype. Sometimes you have games like that, and it's so exciting leading up, and then the game kicks off, and you wonder how this is going to play out. It lived up to the hype the whole game. It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome. Adam King from 10 TV joining us here on the KeyBank Fan pregame show. A.K.A. AR and I were talking about this yesterday on our show. Now that they do have the Texas win behind them, when you look ahead to their schedule, we were having some fun talking about the possibility of an undefeated regular season. They have the big game against Penn State, obviously, the game against Michigan in Ann Arbor this year. That Illinois game could be sneaky on the road. But if you had to put a percentage right now on going undefeated, we won't hold you to this. Where would you put that percentage after they picked up a win against Texas?
Well, we do that in our pregame or kickoff special every year. We pick the record, and I thought that they may lose a game, and I don't think that's a bad thing because I think in this modern era of college football, you can lose a game, and it can actually sometimes be helpful. It can wake you up. It can expose some flaws and help you get better. But I really don't know. I mean, I think Penn State being at home, I don't think they're going to lose that game. I don't see a world where they go up to the Big House and don't get it done this year. And so the only game that I kind of circled is maybe at Wisconsin. You go into Madison, it'll be a night game because it always is. That place will be rocking. Luke Fickell, he's got a lot on the line. Maybe, needs to get his guys up, needs that win. But I really think we're probably looking at a 70% chance right now, 80% that they run the table. And that's crazy to say.
So, today, you want to see some big plays by which player on offense and defense?
This guy named Jeremiah Smith. I'd like to see him make a big play. You know, the Heisman does not matter, but it does. It's a really cool thing. We haven't seen anybody raise the Heisman Trophy in Columbus since Troy Smith. It'd be cool to get another one around Columbus. So you got to start getting him the ball. Obviously, last week Texas locked him up, and you never want to force a player. You never want to force stats. But let's get him a couple touchdowns. Let's get him back in that Heisman numbers, pump those up a little bit. I'd love to see that.
Before we let you go, AK, where can the folks follow you around campus today on social media, or maybe they just want to tag along and literally follow you around all day? Can they do that? Will you allow it? I was going to say they are more than welcome to follow me around campus. People do that. There's typically a line about 30 people deep, and we just have a good time. With that said, if you go to 10 TV Plus, you can hear me on 97.1 The Fan all the time with you know, my guys AR and the Iceman. But tonight, wall-to-wall sports after 10 TV News at 11, and so it's a lot of great content for you. We'll have all the highlights. 10 TV after the Oklahoma State-Oregon game will be on there, breaking it all down. So anywhere you can find 10 TV, you can find me. There it is. AK, as always, my man, we appreciate you, and we'll chop it up with you next Saturday. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
There he goes, Adam King from 10 TV. When we come back in our Behind Enemy Line segment this week, you will hear from Grambling head coach Mickey Joseph on their perspective on the matchup that kicks off here in a few hours at the Shoe. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
I just took a look at the ODOT cameras on 315. Both north and southbound were still moving really nicely as you approach the Ohio State campus area. Just the usual spots getting crowded, and specifically right now, that means the 315 off-ramps to Lane Avenue. Then Lane Avenue is pretty crowded as well between 315 and High Street. I'm also starting to see Olentangy River Road picking up some volume between Lane and Kinnear, and Kenny Road is getting busy around Lane Avenue. With Game Day traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
It's Sunday Night Football on The Fan. Catch the Ravens and Bills live from Buffalo. Fan coverage starts Sunday at 7:30.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Jeff Hogan, and I've got to say thank you. The way Central Ohio has welcomed me back has been amazing. I'm so excited to be back with the team here at 10 TV. These folks are the real deal, and together we're here to bring you more of the stories that really matter to you and your family. Whether it's breaking news, weather that impacts your day, or just honest conversations, we're here for it all. I'll see you weeknights on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus. And again, it's really good to be back.
Your 10 TV team is stronger than ever. Jeff Hogan, Yolanda Harris, Station Knockin', Cherry Martz. 4 trusted names with a deep connection to Central Ohio. Together, they bring you more heart, more credibility, and more of the stories that matter to you. From breaking news to weather that impacts your day, to real conversations shaping your community. This is your news, your team. Watch weeknights on 10 TV and streaming anytime on 10 TV Plus.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.75 on RAV4 Hybrid. Excludes plug-ins. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you're a sports card fan like me, you've got to check out Midwest Cards in the Arena District, right outside Nationwide Arena. These guys are true collectors themselves, and they've built a shop that lets you experience card collecting in a whole new way. They've got sealed boxes, packs, single cards, signed memorabilia, and plenty of TVs in their lounge. Yeah, they have a lounge. And don't forget the card bar, where you can open packs while you have an adult beverage. It's awesome. Stop by Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Here for the Buckeyes game this afternoon, we're tracking dry conditions, a bit of a breeze out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and highs around 71 with some sunshine here for this afternoon. And then for tonight, mostly clear and cool with lows down to 49 degrees. And then more sunshine here for tomorrow with highs around 71 here on your Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here with your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. The only way to do game day. This is the KeyBank pregame show, getting you ready for all things scarlet and gray. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. The fans behind enemy lines.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers.
All right, welcome back in. Matty Ice, DeVier, Posey, Dane, Sanzenbacher getting you ready for Ohio State in Grambling. 3:30 kick over there at the Shoe. If you're not going to the game, you can obviously listen to the Fan, which you should be doing all the time, or you can watch the game on BTN. Head coach for Grambling State, Mickey Joseph, talked to the media about his perspective on the Ohio State matchup, and here's a little bit of that back and forth.
Obviously, moving forward to this week, so Ohio State beat Texas 14-7. I mean, just what's your initial thoughts on the defending champs?
Well, first of all, they got a great band, and we have a great band, and we're gonna compete as a band. But I'm just joking right now. We understand what we're getting into. We understand what's gonna happen. We understand it's not balance in the scholarships. It's not balance, and what they have resources-wise, what we have resources-wise. But we all know why we playing the game. And I spoke to the coaches today and said, the game better be clean. It better be clean. And clean to me is that we don't have 9 people on the field. We don't have 13 people on the field. It's clean. We play within the system, and we swing. We swing, and we fight every play. But we know right now they're probably going to be the #1 team in the country. It's a great opportunity. They're a well-coached football team. You don't win games like that, win a national championship on that level and not be good.
I have to imagine for some of their players, right? Like this is a big moment just to play in the venue that they're going to play in, to test obviously their skill set against some of the best players in the country who will go on to play in the NFL. But that was an honest assessment of what's going to happen. Like he knows, everybody knows it wasn't any type of fake, hey, we think we got a chance or anything like that. They're clearly going to come in and compete. But you can tell from the head coach right now, the mindset of the team is, it seems to me, let's get in there, work on some things we want to work on, put some possibly good things out there on tape, and try to go home as healthy as we can and take some things into our conference play and see what we can do there.
Armani Edwards, it's not happening. It's no Appalachian State going on, and I appreciate, like with competitors and respect to who you go against, you can kind of build up the opponent, Matty, and be like, hey, you know, like they're saying this and give bulletin board material. But I respect that Gremlin's head coach is like, I'm not giving them anything. Yeah. You know, I'm going to give them the respect. But at the same time, I do on our side want to see clean football. And he's not alluding to like playing dirty. He wants his team to come out and like line up faster than Ohio State, you know, and not have guys, you break the huddle and one guy's on the opposite side. Now, you only got 5 seconds to snap the play. Then you just got a crappy play. He's like, if we can line up and play clean ball, we'll get better today. And then we can kind of go back, and when we go play against our competition, if we play clean football, we'll get something out of this. Now, if we go in here and lose our minds and looking in the crowd and looking in the stands, you don't get anything out of it if you're Grambling. But if you can put together some clean drives, it can help them in the season and also, help Ohio State, get ready for OU next week.
Behind Enemy Lines is sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers. Visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. I want to ask you guys this. Now that you've seen what Ohio State did against Texas, how stout they were on defense, some of the good things they did on offense, what's going to define success for you guys for this year's team now moving forward? Like big picture 2025, what's going to define success for Ohio State, in your opinion? I
think it's a tough expectation to say, like you and Adam talked about earlier, undefeated. Right. Like if you're not undefeated, it's an unsuccessful season. I think with the new playoff system, just the length of the season, it's going to be hard. This is a hard. Like last year was an unlikely scenario to make that happen. Now, you were a highly ranked team at the beginning of the season, but it's going to be really hard to repeat in this, and it is going to get harder and harder to get to that championship game and win it. To me, success for this version of the team is not looking like or taking a step back. I mean, you don't have to, in my eyes, if you're Ohio State, you don't have to win another national championship to have it be the appropriate next step. You want to make the playoff. You want to show that this is not a rebuilding year for Ohio State. I think you keep it there and you build a really exciting team for next year. And quite honestly, I don't know, maybe I've underestimated this team. Because I watched that Texas game and I was like, God, that was the mindset of like, okay, Ohio State will be okay. Young group here. And I watched, I was like, they might be a problem. Like this is a really good team. So
because to your point, Dane, what we saw Saturday, they're going to be better in a month from now. They're going to be better when we see them, in my opinion, against Michigan. So maybe the ceiling is higher than what we anticipated.
So my version of success for them is, don't take a step back. Like be a solid team. And it's not too different than what Coach Joseph said there. It's like, it's very simple. Play within our system and swing. You play clean, play within our system, and you do what you can. And I think if they take that into not only this game, but like throughout the Big Ten, I don't know what the ceiling is for the team. I don't want to say it's like, this is an undefeated season, but not taking a step back's the goal. Maybe they go out there and make something happen. I think they've got the players to do it.
Yeah, seems that way. That's for sure.
I'll say it. Dane don't want to say it. And I've said this already. I think this team is going to win national championship. I think this is in Ohio State in the last 20 years, to win a back-to-back national championship, I think this is our best chance. We played against a Georgia team that won a back-to-back national championship, and I thought CJ had his best game of his career versus that team. But the one thing about that Georgia team that I felt was just, they're not quitting. And when you win a championship the year before and you come back like how they came back in the plays they made, and granted the Marvin Harrison hit, granted, we had a lapse in coverage and we drove the ball for 8 minutes and then Stetson Bennett throws a 70-yard bomb and they score in under 30 seconds, right? But they had a fight about them and a confidence, and it's like, I hate to use it because it's corny, but like you can just never underestimate the will of a champion. And you look at guys like Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, Caleb, Jeremiah, Ennis, like Julian Sand was like he mentally repped every quarterback rep that Will had because he was number 2. So like in the world of getting mental reps, and like Julian kind of went through every national championship play decision, like, all right, like where would I have went on that play? And so these guys have been around greatness, and they have won a championship in Hunger Banner already. And, like, people often forget that the first thing they asked was to take all of that stuff down so they can focus on this year. You listen to all their post-game interviews, they're not even, like, they're not winking at that number one ranking. I think what success looks like is what you saw from Matt Patricia. I think if we, as an offense, schematically, specifically Brian Hartline and Ryan Day, can find our groove to make big plays like we found in the postseason, just with the exit of Chip. If we can find that playmaking ability, absolutely, I think we win a national championship again.
I said prior to the season, for me, what will define success is beating Michigan and getting back to the playoff. Like that, to me, especially when you're resetting at the most important position with a guy that hasn't done it yet. He's got to get that time on task taken care of, right? Like, it's one thing to go out there and practice and feel good about what you're doing, but you got to, obviously, you guys know, you got to go out there and do it week in and week out. So now I'm looking at it and, like, maybe should I change that? But for me, I'm going to stay where I was, just because, as Dane alluded to, is such a grind now to even get to the playoff. And so taking care of that rivalry game and developing good habits week in and week out, that will define success, in my opinion. If we see them get back into that bracket and you go up to Ann Arbor and do what you got to do there, I think what's encouraging it too, especially when you're talking about a young quarterback, is, man, they may not have to ask him to do too much the entire year with the way that defense looks right out of the gate. And to me, that's exciting. Like, if we were talking about the defense looking real dicey and Arch Manning and Texas getting up and down the field and ripping off a whole bunch of chunk plays, to me, that puts more on the quarterback than you want, at least early on in the season. So I like that he may be a little protected as a year one quarterback by what looks to be a really good defense this season.
Yeah, I think I gave a long explanation for what I think you hit that nail on the head. It's like, you make the playoff, you beat Michigan. Yeah. This is a successful season. Yeah. This is you're in the right spot. You're among the healthiest programs as a whole, and everybody would want to be us right now. Mm-hmm. Everybody would want to be Ohio State right now. So you're already in that driver's seat. Then if you, that's already success. If you make another run at it, much less go back to back. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be so hard. You're right, DeVier. I'm not ready to say it yet. But then you're teetering on, like, you're going to start then carrying that aura. You're going to have that 2000s Alabama aura.
If we get another one, it's going to be scary. Yeah. And honestly, he deserves it.
Because you're going to carry that, because that's what happens too. And then it starts being,
it just trickles down.
Man.
And it's there for the taking right now.
It's
like
there.
That crown is there for the taking, because Georgia right now, they don't feel like they have that same bite that they did. Same thing can be said for Alabama. Yes, within your conference, you're going to have some tough matchups with Oregon and Penn State.
Not buying Oregon.
But I just think, like, what you're talking about, DeVier, I think people will start warming up to that, especially if they come out of that Penn State game looking the part and they knock them off.
But Alabama, they used to beat Auburn during that time, though. They beat Auburn in those times.
Yeah. No,
we got to beat. It starts with Michigan.
Yeah, I hear you.
Guys are right. It does. It starts there.
You got to take care of that first. You have to take care of that, and that game is going to have 2 year one quarterbacks playing in that one, and then that'll be a lot of fun to see. So, as we all know, they have the talent to do it. You come out right out of the gate. You take care of one of the premier programs in Texas, and now you can have these conversations, because it is definitely in play. When we come back, it's our Who's Got the Heat segment. We're going to apply some pressure to somebody around college football in the world of sports. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
Traffic is starting to pick up in the area of the Ohio State University. You're going to see a few more brake lights on Lane Avenue between 315 and High Street. Also, brake lights on Kenny Road between Ackerman and Kinnear. Olentangy River Road, that stretch from Lane Avenue to Kinnear, also a little more crowded right now. The 315 north and southbound ramps to Lane Avenue are also picking up volume, but still moving. With Game Day Traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
Hi, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Coming up, more football talk on The Fan.
That's right, Bob. And just like our hometown team, Worthington Jewelers is all about tradition, family, and winning moments.
Celebrate your victories with us, your hometown jeweler, Worthington Jewelers.
Still on a high from the win last week? Come to campus on game day and enjoy live music, food, and fun at the 97.1 The Fan and 10 TV tailgate at the O Patio and Pub on Lane. The party starts at 9 and continues on throughout the game. See why over 10,000 people came to party with us last week. Be at the O-On Lane this Saturday. Proudly sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Coors Light, Behind the O app, and Jameson Whiskey.
Matty Ice here from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. I recently bought a brand new Chevy Trax for McDaniel GM Superstore. It was by far the best car purchase I have ever made. And right now you can get a 2025 Trax at McDaniel GM Superstore for as low as $21,995. And with over 40 in stock, you know you'll find the perfect one for you. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. McDaniel GM Superstore, where great deals meet a century of trust. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity. I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
We're back to football talk, but before we kick off, a quick thanks to Bob and the team at Worthington Jewelers.
Thanks, Common Man. Whether it's game day or every day, we're here to help you celebrate life's biggest moments.
Worthington Jewelers, your hometown jeweler.
What he said.
Monday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Vikings and Bears live from Chicago. Fan coverage starts Monday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. Can't get enough Ohio State conversation? Good, because the Austin and Berm Show simply can't stop talking about the Buckeyes. Monday through Friday, in season or out of season, The Beat with me and Jeremy Birmingham breaks down every angle with the reigning national champions on 10 TV Plus and on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel. Every day is game day with The Beat, and the conversation about the Buckeyes there is always available for fans on demand. Don't miss a single episode.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Jeff Hogan, and I've got to say thank you. The way Central Ohio has welcomed me back has been amazing. I'm so excited to be back with the team here at 10 TV. These folks are the real deal, and together we're here to bring you more of the stories that really matter to you and your family. Whether it's breaking news, weather that impacts your day, or just honest conversations, we're here for it all. I'll see you weeknights on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus. And again, it's really good to be back.
Your 10 TV team is stronger than ever. Jeff Hogan, Yolanda Harris, Station Knockin', Jerry Martz. 4 trusted names with a deep connection to Central Ohio. Together, they bring you more heart, more credibility, and more of the stories that matter to you. From breaking news to weather that impacts your day, to real conversations shaping your community. This is your news, your team. Watch weeknights on 10 TV and streaming anytime on 10 TV Plus.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
This is the Fans Game Day Scoreboard.
This game day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
Good morning, I'm Jacob Reimer. Week 2 of the college football season is here. The top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes return to action after their Week 1 win over Texas. Now we'll be hosting Grambling State today in the first ever meeting between the two programs. Kickoff will be at 3:30, and coverage can be found right here on The Fan. Last night in college football, a pair of wins by the Big Ten, with Maryland beating Northern Illinois 20-9 and Northwestern with a 42-7 win over Western Illinois. Also last night, Louisville held off James Madison, winning 28-14. Some notable Big Ten games today. Illinois is at Duke. Iowa squares off with Iowa State in the Cyhawk. Oregon hosts Oklahoma State, and Michigan travels to Oklahoma in a Big Ten SEC clash. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The ultimate way to get ready for another Buckeye victory. You're listening to the KeyBank Pregame Show. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. As as you prepare for another Buckeye football Saturday, one very important question remains. Who's got the heat?
Sponsored by Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing since 1948.
Welcome back in. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show. It's time to apply some heat, fellas, to somebody around the world of college football. I'll lead this off quickly. Here in about 25 minutes, we will have Illinois taking on Duke. If Illinois is serious about getting to the college football playoff this year, they have to have this game, right? Duke's been good at home over the last couple of years. Illinois is taking a veteran team in there. I think they will find a way to grab a dub, but you look at their schedule, they've got the game against Indiana, and then they will welcome in Ohio State. They have to have this one because I don't know if they're going to go 2-0 against both Ohio State and Indiana. So I'm going Luke Altmaier and Illinois going into Duke today because to me, this is a gotta have it if they want to get in the bracket this year.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on Sharon Moore this week. You're playing against your former team. You're going back home for the first time as a head coach with your Michigan Wolverines. And you got a freshman quarterback. Yeah. And you're going against, after last week, John Mateer looks like he could have a shot if he wins this game to possibly maybe get the Southwest ticket to New York late in the year. Like, it'll be late. It'll be a late edition. But if he gets this game, it could be a United class, first class seat. So I think it's on Sharon Moore. And the reason why I'm putting on him specifically, as a head coach, you got to get one of these big road wins to get your program back into the national spotlight. Now, for Michigan, we haven't seen them in a while since they beat Alabama, but that program is on the downhill. So looking forward to see what he does.
Yeah, prime time. It'll be electric. That's for sure. Cannot wait to see what it looks like. Who's got the heat? Brought to you by Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, since 1948. Dane, you putting some heat on this week, my man?
I am going to the West Coast. I seem to do that a lot. I don't know why these LA teams catch a lot of strays from me. UCLA.
You don't respect them.
I don't know. I see. I think that's what it is. I was like, oh, that.
They're not real Big Ten teams.
Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are doing over there, but it's not good.
Yep.
Yeah, UCLA. I mean, they got beat at home 43-10 to an unranked Utah team, and so I think this is like you had this quarterback come in,
Nico.
Yes, so
Nico.
our boy Nico is out there, and it's like we didn't expect you to be good, but to be in a really bad spot with a good quarterback. The heat is on the program. The heat's on Deshaun Foster. This is not a good welcome into the Big Ten. You need to stay relevant at least, and you would think you had some of the resources to do so. So, I don't know. They play, where are they at? UNLV tonight?
That's going to be a tough game, too.
At UNLV at 8 p.m. So, that's not an easy task. So, if you start 0-2 and you're getting routed week one, I think there's heat there. There might even be mid-season heat there.
Mm-hmm. I think you could put heat on Nico every single week with the decision that he made and how he went about trying to get out of Tennessee. So he absolutely better deliver. Look, Kyle Whittingham and Utah, as you guys know, they've always been a physical bunch. But, yeah, they got thrown out of the club. UCLA did physically by Devin Dampier. By the way, we could have put him in our one tough animal. Utah's quarterback, he looked apart. Devin Dampier looked good, man. 21 of 25, 206 and 2 through the air. And then on the ground, 16 for 87 and another tutty from their quarterback there. So a dynamic guy for out there for Utah. So, I like that. That's a good call for you. And, I'm still not used to having the Cali teams in the Big Ten.
That must be why it comes
strange.
up. I don't know. I didn't know until I said it. I was like, man, what's my problem?
Yeah,
what LA do to me?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, but he has to come here with that team. And just for Coach Foster, you make a decision, you go and get a Nico like that, and it just looking like an Ungulele decision. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you can't change the issue, Nico. You got to change the player. You can't change the situation. You got to change the player. And if you guys got routed just by Utah early, and maybe we were looking at Utah and underestimating them a little bit because they have been a program, a good program for a long time, and they just didn't get their top 25 ranking.
It also doesn't help Nico's case that the quarterback that filled in for him led Tennessee to a win, 45-26 against Syracuse. Because remember, Joey Aguilar was supposed to be UCLA's quarterback, transferred in there from App State. He said, okay, Nico's coming in. I'm going to go take his spot. I'll take his money as well. And he helped Tennessee
can't believe that
get it done.
I didn't
Crazy,
know that.
right?
It's hard to follow all this, but that is
crazy. It was just a direct swap. So he went right over there and started off with a bang. I want you guys to hear from Tim Walton, because we were talking about the Buckeye defense earlier and how good they were and just throwing up brick walls against Arch Manning and company. But Tim Walton kind of alluded to the continuity on the staff with Larry Johnson and guys and James that have been around, that maybe that helped really get things in gear and ready to go against Arch.
Yeah, it's good because, me and Coach G been working together for a while, and Coach Laurinaitis, so we've been together on the back end. So there's a lot of carryover for the things that we've been doing on the back end for a while. So it was easy for Coach P to come in and just pull that together. And because we all have been doing it for a while, and me and he had worked together before as well too. So continuity was an easy transition.
I don't think that storyline got talked about enough this offseason. Like, a lot of it was when they got a new defensive coordinator, but you dig a little bit deeper, and it's Tim Walton, and it's Larry Johnson, it's James Laurinaitis, guys that have worked together and built.
Coach G, who's a former defensive coordinator.
That chemistry is there. And so that didn't get talked about enough this offseason, that guys on staff are comfortable with each other and know how to get busy day in and day out.
Well, in an old college football world, you know what happens. One of those guys would have been elevated to a DC, but we're in a world now where we just go get an NFL superhero.
We just hoard. You're just like greedy, like, yo, no, you're staying. You be assistant.
Assistant. Yeah, but we're gonna go get a guy. And those guys, that back end and what he's speaking about, that is a lot of experience in football. I mean, just like Hartline is on the offensive side, James Laurinaitis had an excellent NFL career. Can mold in with any defensive coordinator. So, man, they put on a clinic last week.
They did,
man.
and we didn't even talk about the secondary.
The secondary
like
is
the
best in the country.
End.
Best in the country.
IGB, Jermaine Matthews making plays. We know what Caleb is and his ability to move around within that defense. You highlighted that earlier. So, yeah, the secondary deserves some love, too, because those guys playing some sticky coverage, that's for sure. Dan, you got anything on the defense you want to
Yeah, and on the secondary end, I thought Igbenogson was great, too.
Yeah.
He's coming off of, like, he was testing everybody's patience last year, and it was like he showed up as like, okay, he looked outstanding. So I mean, I'm happy for him.
All it was just cleaning up the penalties, right? Like last year, that was it. Like you could see that he was there in certain spots. Like the coverage was good, but a little handsy.
That's always been
in spots. But yeah, he definitely has the tools to be a really good corner, and it pairs well, I think, with Jermaine Matthews on the other side.
And he's at the right school.
He's at the right school with the tools as well. We'll hit the finish line of our show with East to West and our final thoughts on Ohio State and Grambling next. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
Traffic is heavier but moving. 315 north and southbound still flowing nicely as you approach Ohio State. The off-ramps from 315, both north and southbound to Lane Avenue, are probably the busiest spots right now. Lane Avenue pretty crowded between 315 and High Street. Olentangy River Road picking up a little more volume between Lane and Kinnear. And a reminder, once you get closer to the stadium, Woody Hayes Drive is closed on game days between Tuttle Park and Cannon Drive. With game day traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
Toyota has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than anyone else, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through September 30th, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.75 APR financing. Or you can get 5.75 APR financing on hybrid models with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Laura De Leon, president of KeyBank in Central Ohio. At Key, we're all about helping our neighbors. As your bank, we understand that we have both the ability and the responsibility to help our neighbors thrive. Whether they're trying to buy a car to take them to their new job, or tackle debt that feels unmanageable, or simply trying to do more with what they have, KeyBank is there to meet them in that moment. KeyBank opens doors.
All credit products are subject to credit approval. KeyBank, member FDIC.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blocko earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's the Closet Systems Kickoff Sale at Design Solutions by Cooper. They design and manufacture customizable storage built to fit your lifestyle and space. From closets to any space in your home, our systems are made to maximize organization. Simplify the morning rush. Stay organized during back-to-school season and add value to your home with expert craftsmanship. Schedule a virtual design consultation or find a dealer near you at designsolutionsbycooper.com. Hurry, this is a limited time offer and your dream closet is just a few clicks away at designsolutionsbycooper.com.
Other stations in town have started using AI voices. It's because they're cheap and they think you're stupid. Well, we may think you're stupid, but we don't think you're cheap, damn it. We're live and local with real people. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means three things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime at Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly.
Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Come visit the all-new Capital Ford of Columbus today.
Home of the 99-cent down car deal.
Visit CapitalFordOfColumbus.com or call 614-861-7150. That's CapitalFordOfColumbus.com or 614-861-7150.
99 cents, $399, $0 down, RCL on 25 My Escape. 10,500 miles per year available for well-qualified buyers. Excludes tax, title, licensing, and documentary service charges. Offer good while dealer supply lasts.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Jeff Hogan, and I've got to say thank you. The way Central Ohio has welcomed me back has been amazing. I'm so excited to be back with the team here at 10 TV. These folks are the real deal, and together, we're here to bring you more of the stories that really matter to you and your family. Whether it's breaking news, weather that impacts your day, or just honest conversations, we're here for it all. I'll see you weeknights on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus. And again, it's really good to be back.
Your 10 TV team is stronger than ever. Jeff Hogan, Yolanda Harris, Station Knockin', Cherry Martz. 4 trusted names with a deep connection to Central Ohio. Together, they bring you more heart, more credibility, and more of the stories that matter to you. From breaking news to weather that impacts your day, to real conversations shaping your community. This is your news, your team. Watch weeknights on 10 TV and streaming anytime on 10 TV Plus.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
You're listening to the KeyBank Pregame Show, the only way to get ready for a Buckeye game. Your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan. It's the Fan's East to West.
All right, welcome back in. This is the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show. Dane Sanzenbacher, DeVier, Posey, Matty Ice. Final segment of the program before we hand it over to my main man, AR, Dave Biddle, and Tim May at the top of the hour. Big Ten schedule this week, fellas. We talked a little bit about that Illinois and Duke game. There's some intrigue there for me. Another one that kind of jumps off the screen a little bit is Iowa taking on Iowa State. Iowa State ranked 16th in the country. Go ahead, man. What do you got?
That game, did you know that Kurt Friends has a 205 wins? If he wins today, he's going to surpass Woody Hayes for some of the most wins in Big Ten. Did you know that? This is a big game.
I did not know that.
It's a huge game for Kurt Friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
That gets going here at the top of the hour as well. That is over there in Ames, Iowa. The big one, though, on the schedule is Michigan going into Oklahoma. Bryce Underwood looked pretty good last week, 21 of 31, 1 touchdown against New Mexico. I think it's going to be tough for him to go out there in that environment and have a clean game, because I think there may be shades of what we saw last week from Patricia and how Arch Manning looked a little confused. Brett Venables is a defensive guy. Remember, the defensive coordinator at Clemson for a long time. I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve to throw something at the young fella to throw him off his game. But the arm talent seems to be pretty legit for Bryce Underwood.
if he goes out there and gets a dub, man, that's going to be pretty scary. Going to be pretty scary. Just for him, I mean, I remember our freshman year, Terrell Pryor, we went out to USC and played against a really good, like, Mark Sanchez team. Now, it was a tight game, but if he would have won that game, it's no telling where it would have, did to his career. This is a big non-conference game. But and I'm looking forward to it. And I want to give Dane a chance, but I do want to talk to you about Miami from last week.
Go ahead, do it. No, you can do it now. Go ahead.
I put Carson Beck under Heat. Yeah. Because he broke up with his... Hey.
My wife was still laughing about that when I got home. She's like, DeVier's, he got his car stolen. His girlfriend broke up with him. He was like, what is...
I got to give him his credit, man. He looked good.
He did.
All right, put it behind him. That's good.
He looked good. He put it behind him, and I thought that this Miami team, they look different than they did last year. They played a lot better defense last weekend.
What jumped out to me is how they were able to close out the game down there in the trenches. They really got after him. And he looked like Carson Beck from 2023. He looked like that guy to me.
Yeah.
How old's Carson Beck?
It's got to be 20.
I know him far too well.
Right, he was a freshman starter.
Okay, that's why he's one of those.
Yeah, he's a freshman starter.
Dane, Carson Beck is 23. He will be 24 November 19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the obvious, Michigan-Oklahoma has the intrigue tonight.
Sure,
that's the 8 p.m. slot or the 7:30 slot. I think that's the one that's most implications. It's not a make or break, but it does have a big impact on the narrative of the season.
Yeah.
So, like, what happens there will follow both of those teams around, especially Michigan. It's like, okay, who are you actually? Yeah, we know the rumblings. You're a decent team. You're ranked, but now you got to show it. So that's the big one. I think 3:30 time slot. I like Oklahoma State and Oregon. I haven't seen much Oregon. I didn't get to watch them last week. So if I'm tuning in 3:30. I mean, obviously Ohio State and Grambling, back and forth there, but that's the non-Ohio State game that I like. And I think noon Iowa State. I like that one. I think that's like it's got a little bit of, the good old days when just the college football was just the rivalries.
You want some of that tradition.
Yeah. And Kurt Ferentz still there.
Yeah.
Back when coaches just stayed at a place forever.
And it feels like
a great gloomy day to feel good. Like not a sunny game.
No.
You mentioned Kurt Ferentz being at Iowa forever. It just feels to me now that Matt Campbell is just going to stay at Iowa State forever. He just signed a contract extension, and he's been a steady hand for that program and leading the charge over there.
Matty Ice, I wanted to ask you, because, this Heisman stuff is about hype. Last year, you had how many times did he pick Ashton Genty before we it
was one tough
we got to watch this guy.
I'm surprised he hasn't done it yet this year.
Who are we?
Ashton Genty's gonna be like in his second contract in the NFL. We're maybe one tough animal, Matty. Who you guys?
Ashton Genty. Is there an Ashton Genty that we might not know that you want to see play today? That's like, man, I saw something from this kid. And he can follow up with a good second weekend. We can see if third, fourth, fifth. I
think it was Cal's quarterback.
I was going to say, it has that vibe.
I think it's Cal's quarterback. I don't know.
So find his game time.
Find him.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to win enough games for him to get in the mix, but I like the skill set. And so I think he could become a household name in the coming weeks. Fellas, last couple minutes here, going back to Ohio State and Grambling. Dane, I'll start with you. What are some things you're really looking out for today when it comes to the execution either on offense or defense?
On the offensive side, I think it is like Grambling State is going to try to do, just be disciplined. And a lot of these, focus is the hardest thing in games like this for an Ohio State team. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? What do we want to get here? So I would like to see, them kind of blank that out. But I want to see how they execute. I want to see how Julian Sayin can actually get the ball off when it's not you're actually getting to play live without that pressure of the big matchup in the national stage. So, yeah, just execute, make some plays, give us something to be excited about on offense. And defense, a lot of the same. I mean, and I, that's a crew that obviously they don't have to pull out a lot of their tricks in this game or get too creative on that end. But just being solid, get some guys I don't know. It's one of those. This would be a DeVier game. That's one of those stats are important game.
Yep.
He'd be all about that.
I'd be hyped.
Yeah. So guy getting some sacks, get people in a good rhythm for the upcoming season. But I hope it's one where the offense gets to gets to stay on the field for a while. I don't really have a huge interest. I know you want to get your backups and that second string some experience, but this is a young offense. I want to see a lot of plays out of them, maybe into the second half, as long as you still feel that you don't want to get those guys hurt, but that's so important right now. While you have, this is the chance to take a breath, and it's not always going to be like that.
Yeah, I'm with Dane. Same thing. Get the offense rolling. We should be up by 40, 50 points by end of third, fourth quarter. We see some Lincoln. Yeah, like you know how this goes. We've been in a bunch of these games. Let's come out hot and let's get it done.
I want to see the offensive line move some people around with the run game. Last week, we know Texas was tough, but you averaged less than 3 yards a carry against a respectable defense. That should look a lot cleaner, obviously, against Grambling. So I want to see that build in the coming weeks. That way, your offense can just add more to it with play action and all those things. C.J. Donaldson had that touchdown run, and Coach Day alluded to it this week. He wants to see more explosive plays, right? And I don't know how much of a grasp Julian had on the playbook last week, but I think this is a chance to where Jeremiah Carnell, Max Clare, those guys can get down the field a little bit and rip off some chunk plays.
We're returning a kick today.
Well, okay.
Okay, I like that call.
Well, and if you are who we think you are, there shouldn't be anybody in the Grambling State secondary that
right.
I don't know why you don't just throw it up.
Yeah.
They're going to do the clamps. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the clamp Calvin.
They will,
Calvin
but
Johnson.
this isn't an offense that has, there's not scrubs on the other side, right? I mean, so, somebody is going to be, you can't
Correct.
afford to spend two guys on Jeremiah and leave the rest open. So I hope we take some shots. Big plays would be nice to see.
Fellas, good stuff today. Rhyme time. Jacob Reimer on the board. Appreciate you doing your thing. We're going to hand this thing off now to AR. Anthony Rothman, Tim May, and Dave Biddle. They will continue coverage, getting you ready for Ohio State and Grambling at 3:30. This has been the KeyBank Fan Pregame Show right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Riverside Bank of Dublin Game Day Traffic Center.
Not a bad drive to Ohio Stadium right now. 315 north and southbound are moving without accidents or major delays. You'll see things get a little heavy around the Ackerman Road and Lane Avenue exits. Off of the highway on Lane Avenue, it's pretty crowded between Kenny Road and High Street. I'm also seeing a lot of activity around the Carmack parking lots right now. You may want to avoid those and go to the Ackerman Road lots for parking just to avoid a little bit of delay. With Game Day Traffic, I'm Kate Burdett on The Fan.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward. The live show is back at Roosters, and now it's kicking into overdrive thanks to Tansky Power Sports. Check out the latest Ohio State breakdowns with me, Berm, and a couple former Buckeyes every Monday on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel and 10 TV Plus.
Come visit the all-new Capital Ford of Columbus today.
Home of the 99-cent down car deal.
Visit CapitalFordOfColumbus.com or call 614-861-7150. That's CapitalFordOfColumbus.com or 614-861-7150.
99 cents, $399, $0 down, RCL on 25 My Escape. 10,500 miles per year available for well-qualified buyers. Excludes tax, title, licensing, and documentary service charges. Offer good while dealer supply lasts.
Still on a high from the win last week? Come to campus on game day and enjoy live music, food, and fun at the 97.1 The Fan and 10 TV tailgate at the O Patio and Pub on Lane. The party starts at 9 and continues on throughout the game.
See why over 10,000 people came to party with us last week.
Be at the O on Lane this Saturday.
Proudly sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Coors Light, Behind the O app, and Jameson Whiskey.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Jeff Hogan, and I've got to say thank you. The way Central Ohio has welcomed me back has been amazing. I'm so excited to be back with the team here at 10 TV. These folks are the real deal, and together, we're here to bring you more of the stories that really matter to you and your family. Whether it's breaking news, weather that impacts your day, or just honest conversations, we're here for it all. I'll see you weeknights on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus. And again, it's really good to be back.
Your 10 TV team is stronger than ever. Jeff Hogan, Yolanda Harris, Station Knockin', Cherry Martz. 4 trusted names with a deep connection to Central Ohio. Together, they bring you more heart, more credibility, and more of the stories that matter to you. From breaking news to weather that impacts your day, to real conversations shaping your community. This is your news, your team. Watch weeknights on 10 TV and streaming anytime on 10 TV Plus.
Here's a stat that hurts. The average adult waits up to 2 years before getting help for joint or back pain. 2 years of sitting out. 2 years of missing the game? At Ortho Neuro, you don't have to wait. Our orthopedic and spine experts treat every joint issue, often without surgery, and we've got next-day appointments ready. Don't sit on the sidelines another day. Schedule your consult now at orthoneuro.com. Ortho Neuro, for every motion in life.
At Kemba Financial Credit Union, we care about you. Consumers like you say they don't want monthly fees for checking, and we listen. Introducing hassle-free checking with no monthly service fee. Use it as an easy place to deposit and transfer your money, along with your everyday banking needs. Plus, Kemba's expansive digital banking services make it easy for you to bank how you want. At Kemba, we're always thinking of ways to put you and your finances first. Visit Kemba.org, federally insured by NCUA. Restrictions apply.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward. The live show is back at Roosters, and now it's kicking into overdrive thanks to Tansky Power Sports. Check out the latest Ohio State breakdowns with me, Berm, and a couple former Buckeyes every Monday on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel and 10TV